Hello, welcome everyone to my World Cup predictions and betting tips videos. What I'll be doing for you is, in a sense, I'll be going through each match and I'll be giving you the outright winner as well as my correct score. And from that, you'll also get the number of goals that I'm expecting to be scored in each match. And also, I won't be giving any goal score. Maybe for some games I might give you some goal scores, but not all the games. But predominantly I'll be giving you the match winners and the correct score. That's what I'll be giving you predominantly for my betting tips for each match of the World Cup. It's a little bit difficult to make certain bets in the World Cup, certain spot bets that is, so I won't venture down those roads. Alright, so as I said, I'll just be giving you results and number of goals and correct scores. Yeah, all right, so as you can see here, we're on Betway, and when you click on the World Cup tab, when you come here, you have a number of things that you can bet on. You can bet on a whole heap of things. Each of the teams has specials, each of the continents has specials, confeds that is has specials, each of the groups has specials, you have top goal scorer, all of that jazz. But for me, I'm going to be focusing on the matches. All of those other areas, you can venture into them as you feel free to. Alright, so I'll be going through the matches, and as I said here earlier, I'll be giving you winners and the correct scores. Yeah, and so therefore the World Cup starts on Sunday, the 20th of November. It was supposed to start the 21st, but they decided to start a day earlier, which is good in a sense, but the horse has already gone through the gate, so we can't correct certain other things again. But let's jump straight into it, and we're going to get straight into it, and we're going to start with Qatar, the host nation, versus Ecuador. This one should be an interesting matchup. I think the possibility of this ending in a draw is a high one, but I'm going to go with Ecuador to win this game. Ecuador to win, and for me, I'm going to say both teams won't score in this game. But I would be surprised if Qatar scores, because you know the whole euphoria around the home nation. Russia did well when the World Cup was in China and Korea. Korea did fairly well, yeah. And so therefore, I won't be surprised if Ecuador and Qatar ends in a draw. But I'm going with Ecuador to win. Both teams not to score, I'm saying. And in terms of a combination bet, I would go with either team win and both not to score. My correct score line for this game, I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory here for Ecuador. And in terms of the handicap system, if you don't want to bet like that, then you can always go on the handicap system. If I should go on the handicap system, I'm going to take Ecuador to win this one by a goal. Alright, so recapping my predictions for our first game of the World Cup, Ecuador versus Qatar. You want to say Qatar versus Ecuador? Tomato. Yeah. My prediction is that Ecuador should win. I'm expecting both teams not to score. In terms of a combination bet, I'll go with either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline for me, I'm saying 2-0 in favor of Ecuador. Otherwise, they might score 1. And they have to watch out because Qatar will be coming and they're going to have the crowd behind them. And so therefore, there's a strong possibility that this could end in a draw as well. My predicted correct score for this is 2-0 in favor of Ecuador. And on the handicap system, I would go ahead and take Ecuador to win by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for Qatar versus Ecuador, our opening match of the World Cup. And let's get the ball rolling some more. And then on Monday now we have England. And they should be announcing their squad earlier. Well, tomorrow. No, tomorrow, Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow they should be announcing their squad on Thursday. Should be interesting. Always have good players and people, but they fail to impress for the most part. The last World Cup, I think they went to the semi-final or the quarterfinals, if memory serves me correctly. Yeah. And so therefore for England versus Iran, I'm expecting England to win here. Both teams not to score. In terms of combination bet, I'll go with either to win and both not to score. For me, the correct scoreline is going to be 2-0 here for England. And in terms of handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take England to win this one by a goal. Alright, so as you can see here now, recapping predictions for England versus Iran. Taking England to win, both teams not to score. In terms of a combination bet, I'll go with either team to win and both to score. Both not to score, that is, sorry. And also my correct score here, I'm saying 2-0 in favor of England. And on the handicap system, I'm taking England to win this one by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for England versus Qatar. Versus Iran. Why am I saying Qatar? Let's move to our next game, and our next game is Senegal versus Netherlands. This one is going to be a close encounter, I think, and I think it's going to come close to being a draw, but at the end of the day, I'm going to give Netherlands take the win here. Netherlands to win, and both teams to score. In terms of a combination bet / double chance, I'll go with either to win and both to score, yes. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Netherlands, I believe. And in terms of the handicap system, 3-way, I would have taken Netherlands to win by a goal, but based on my scoreline, I'm going to have to take a draw here, alright? So, as you can see, recapping predictions for Senegal versus Netherlands, I'm expecting Netherlands to win, expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of a combination / double chance bet, I'll go with either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Netherlands, I believe. And on the handicap system, I'm going for a draw here based on my predicted scoreline. Alright, so that's my predictions for Netherlands versus Senegal, and then we're going to move on to the United States of America versus Wales. Wales will be announcing their squad tomorrow, and so Gareth Bale should be the captain, and they should have a couple of players there that we're familiar with, those of us who watch the English league, that is. And so let's jump straight into it. For this game, I'm expecting Wales to win. Wales seem to have developed the ability to do very well in tournaments. I should go back to the Euros. They did well in the Euros. They did well in the Euros. I guess they did better than some persons thought they would have done. And so therefore, I'm expecting them to do well in this tournament here. And because they have some good players, good enough players, yeah. And US have been falling off late. They have some good young players coming through, but they were not impressive, especially in the qualifications leading to the World Cup. But that's couple months ago, and so therefore they should come back up and do better. But I'm expecting Wales to win here. Wales to win. Both teams to score. And so in terms of a combination, I'll go with either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline for me, I'm saying Wales to win this one 3-1. Otherwise, I think it should go 2-1 in favor of Wales. In terms of the handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take Wales to win this one by a goal. We should get getting almost $7 for that. Yeah, that's really lovely. Alright, so recapping predictions for the United States of America versus Wales, I'm expecting Wales to win, expecting both teams to score. In terms of a combination / double chance bet, I'll go with either team to win and both to score. Correct score for me, I'm saying 3-1 in favor of Wales. And on the handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take Wales to win this one by a goal. Alright, gentlefolk. So let's roll on to our next game, and our next game is on day 3 of the World Cup here, and this game is against Argentina versus Saudi Arabia. This is possibly Messi's last World Cup, and so therefore his team, they should up for it, and I'm expecting them to do well. I don't expect Argentina to get eliminated before the semi-finals phase of this World Cup, so I'd be disappointed if they are. But for this game, Argentina versus Saudi Arabia should be fighting, but I think Argentina is going to get the better of them at the end of this. So Argentina to win, both teams not to score. In terms of a combination bet, I'll go with either team to win and both not to score. For me, Argentina should win this one 2-0. Otherwise, I think 3-0, but I'm going to go with 2-0 for this match. For some reason, matches in the World Cup, they tend not to have a lot of goals, similar to what happened in the South African World Cup. I think Spain won that World Cup scoring about 8 or 10 goals from 7 matches. From about 7. I think you have 7 matches. If you get to the final, I think you play 7 matches if memory serves correctly. But they didn't score a lot. They had a lot of 1-0 victories, yeah. So and I won't be surprised if the case is similar here in Qatar. We don't have a lot of high-scoring games, yeah. So for me, the handicap system, I'll go ahead and take Argentina to win by a goal. All right. So recapping the predictions for Argentina versus Saudi Arabia, I'm expecting Argentina to win. Expecting both teams not to score. In terms of a combination bet, I'll go with Argentina or Saudi Arabia to win and both teams not to score. Predicted scoreline 2-0 in favor of Argentina, I believe. And I'll also take Argentina to win by a goal on the handicap system. Right? So let's skedaddle on over to our next game, and our next game here is Denmark versus Tunisia. So the Europeans versus the Africans, yeah. And Christian Eriksen and his team here, they should do well. Christian Eriksen, you have Schmeichel in goal. You have a number of the guys. Christensen, who is now at Barcelona, he plays for Denmark as well. You have a number of guys that you're familiar with. Denmark seems to do well in tournaments as well. They're kind of like Wales, the Germans. They are tournament teams that do very well, and I'm expecting them to do well here too. And so this is Christian Eriksen's first and last World Cup, I do believe. And so they should be gunning here, and they're going to do well, I do believe. Expecting them to get to the round of 16 too. Alright, so Denmark to win this game. In terms of both teams scoring, I'm going to say no, both teams won't score. In terms of a combination bet, I'll go with either team to win and both not to score. For me, Denmark should win this one 2-0. And in terms of a combination bet, no, not a combination, sorry, gentle folks. In terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go with Denmark to win this one by a goal. Alright, so recapping predictions for Denmark versus Tunisia. I'm expecting Denmark to win. I'm expecting both teams not to score. And in terms of a combination / double chance bet, I'd say either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline 2-0 in favor of Denmark, and on the handicap system, I'm going to go with Denmark to win this one by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for Denmark versus Tunisia, and then from Denmark and Tunisia, we'll move on to Mexico versus Poland. This is Robert Lewandowski's last World Cup, I believe, too. He could go to another World Cup, but he'd be up in age, and I don't think he'll be playing at that age either. Yeah, but he's a proven goal scorer. Hasn't been, well, he's Poland's leading goal scorer, but he's not. He doesn't get the support that he gets at the club level, as in the number of opportunities to score. But Poland has a fairly good lineup. It's a steady lineup. Players who have been playing at the highest level for a number of years now. They are players that do well for their clubs in Europe on a monthly basis. So Poland should do well here in this World Cup. I'm not certain how far they'll go though, but I'm expecting them to win this first match against Mexico. Mexico have been poor over the better part for the last year. I don't know how they're going to come out at the World Cup, but I'm expecting teams at the World Cup, they're going to give it their best. But I'm expecting Poland to take this game here, Poland to win, and both teams to score. And in terms of a combination bet, I'll go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline for me, I'm saying here Poland to win this one 2-1. In terms of the handicap system, went with 3-way Poland to win by a goal, but I'm gonna have to take a draw here based on my predicted scoreline. Alright, so recapping predictions for Poland versus Mexico, I'm expecting Poland to win, expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of a combination bet, I'll go with either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Poland. And on the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a draw here based on my predicted score. Alright, so those are my predictions for Mexico versus Poland. And now we'll move on to our next game, and this is the final game for this video. The other ones, I'll do them in another video. And so this final game for this video is the defending champions, France versus Australia. Paul Pogba won't be making it to the World Cup, that's obvious, because he hasn't played all season because of injury. But they should have Benzema, they should have Kingsley Coman, they should have Mbappe, they should have all the French stars that are up and out there now and doing well. France should have a very, very, very good team coming to this World Cup, but to defend this World Cup, it's going to be challenging. I do expect them to challenge to go to the semi-final though, because once they organize well and believe in themselves and they don't have too many injury concerns, there'll be a great challenge to a number of teams in this World Cup. And so for the first game here, I'm expecting France to win. Both teams to score, I'm going to say yes. Just the whole euphoria around the defending champion not doing well. The defending champions tends to struggle over the last couple of World Cups. That's the reason why I'm going for both teams to score here, but I do expect France to win. Yeah, in terms of a combination bet, I'll go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline for me, I'm saying here 3-1 in favor of France. And on the handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take France to win this one by a goal. Alright, so recapping predictions for France versus Australia, I'm expecting France to win, I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a combination bet, I'll say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 3-1 in favor of France. And in terms of the handicap system, I'm going to take France to win this one by a goal. Alright, so those are all my predictions for the first couple of games of the World Cup, day 1 to day 3. And so I'll be giving a day 4 to day 5 in another video. And so for that, I'm going to do in a bit. And so, as I said, ensure that you're taking the notes, gentle folks. And I wish you best of luck in your betting. Remember, when you're betting, try to put at least no more than 3 or 5 outcomes per betting slip. And also, I want you to spread the word about this channel. I want us to grow, and so this is another way to earn passively. And so just share with your friends, share it on your social media pages and all of that jazz, and just continue to boost the channel. All right. Also, before I go, there are some other things here that I need to show you. As I say, I will just be giving you results, scores, and that. I'm just focusing on that for the World Cup, not doing the other thing about anytime goal scores and the other things that are a little bit complicated, that requires a little bit more statistics. All right, because I don't have those stats, so I don't want to give you those bets. All right, so but there are other things here that you could do. You can do and build a bet. For example, you can go build a bet here. For example, you say France to win, and you could come and you could say both teams to score. You can say no, and you can come here and you can say, all right, then the correct score, I think France should win this one 3-0. You can come there and do that, and you can say, all right, then in terms of number of goals in this game, I'm expecting over 2.5. Well, is that it will have, because I'm not getting that option because I've selected the score. All right, and you can come here as well and you can decide. All right, in the first half we should have over 2 goals in the first half. Then, all right, then you come now and you put your stake here. You can change your stake, change the amount you want to bet, whether it's $5, $10, $100. Let's say you want to bet $50 on this. Yeah, you go and bet $50 and you click OK. So $50 and all of these outcomes here, and this is just one match. All right, so if all of these things go according to how you bet France to win, both teams not to score, correct score being 3-0, and you have over 1.5 goals in the first half, then for a $50 bet you'd win $650. Yes. All right, so that's another thing that you can do. The other options here, you have the goals. You can select a number of goals that you expect in the match. You can also come here and you can bet on the different options for the first half. And I think, yeah, I'm just giving the first half here. Maybe when the tournament starts, they might give a second half. Yeah, those are things that you can do. All right, but I'll just be focusing on the main market for the most part. All right, so all right, engine folks, thank you once again for your time, and thank you. I wish you best of luck in your betting, and thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and click the notification bell, so as soon as I send out these videos, you can get them and you can maximize and win. And the earlier you place your bets, the better for you, because the closer it gets to match day, the odds tends to reduce some for the most part. All right, but anyways folks, thank you and have a great day.
Feels like you're sticky stuck. I'm lost, handcuffed to the bed where I sleep. Don't give a fuck, can't stop, unplug, feeling overwhelmed. I think I've had enough. Gotta find a way to get some energy. Gotta find someone who's a good friend of me. I need purpose to make it all worth it. I'm still searching and I'm still learning.